Hi and welcome to Step Strides. I'm me, Connor Ratcliffe, and we're back in the garage gym today, and we're looking at some potential loading strategies for our calves, Achilles and plantar fascia. And today's exercise is called a triple extension exercise, and this is a little bit more compound actually, but it trains a very specific pattern. So we're still going to get our plantar fascia, so we're going to get that digital dorsiflexion. We're going to get gastrocnemius, bit of soleus, and all our other plantar flexors and the Achilles. But with this, it's really good for runners, and it trains co-contraction of multiple muscle groups, which is why we've got that triple extension. And it's analogous really to our propulsion phase through gait. So it gets muscles working together. It gets our plantar flexors, our knee extenders, and our hip extenders all working together. And that's why we get this triple extension pattern. So this is going to work best side on. So again, we need something to hold on to with this. And typically you can use a wall or anything. I'm just going to use my barbell. I'll set up with sort of a straight arm. So that's kind of the distance away from your wall, or in this instance, my barbell. And what we're going to do, have to be able to do single limb really for this. So it's only going to be appropriate for patients who can tolerate single limb and decent range of motion through ankle joint. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up into our tiptoe raise, but then we're going to extend at the hip and at the knee and get co-contraction through our quads, our glutes and our hamstrings as hip extenders. So we're going to come up into our tiptoe raise, but then we're going to lean forward into that triple extension pattern. And then we're going to come back out of hip extension and down, up. And we're really getting a squeeze through quads, through calf, through glutes. And I usually have a slightly longer isometric phase for this exercise. So we get that good squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then back, nice, slow and controlled through our eccentric, slow back down to ground. Now, as I say, this is a bit more compound, so you are working through multiple joints and you need to have adequate hip extension as well. And what you might find is that people don't really want to come into hip extension and they're doing that. It doesn't really want to become an arm exercise, but in that position, there's no real movement of my thigh relative to pelvis. I'm just leaning forward, essentially. So I'm not actually coming into hip extension. So we need to cue this and make sure that when we come up and we go forward, that's coming from hip extension and I'm not just leaning forward. So there's kind of the difference. You stay nice and upright. Feel a bit of a stretch through my hip flexors. Come back and down. And that's today's exercise. It's a triple extension exercise.